welcome to my live stream. Glad you could make it today. So, today, some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and a continuation of the Turnabout Goodbyes case. Last time, Edgeworth got arrested for murder, and it took a lot of effort, but we managed to convince him to let us help him. And so we are in the middle of the trial, cross-examining photographer Lottie Hart, who definitely didn't see his face. And we need to prove that. So, yep, that's about it, I believe. Hello Nick, hello Drag. Hope you're both doing okay. And we will present the evidence we need to against this. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Clear as day, did you now? How am I? I'm fine. It's very wet and windy outside, but inside is also kind of cold, but not as cold as it is outside. But anyway, got you. Got you, Miss Hart, finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? This picture was taken professional high-quality film, correct? And with a zoom lens. Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? Mr. Wright has a point. Oh yeah, calmer voice. That's why I told her not to say it in her testimony. Please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Hart. What? Could you see the defendant that night? Of course. I said I could and I meant I could. Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. Did it? I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. Darn it, Karma. How Edgeworth was seen. You're right, it was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So, once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise on the lake, I looked out with my binoculars. How are your binoculars going to get you anything better than your camera with a bloody zoom lens on it? See? No problem. You used binoculars. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good. Okay. Alright, let's double check what we've got. We've got the camera. Look at that telephoto lens. You're telling me that's better than a pair of... You're telling me that's worse than a pair of binoculars? The lake photo... Yeah. Yeah, even ignoring the zoom, how do binoculars help you when it's foggy? Yeah, good point. Good point, Drag. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? Ooh, yep. I've got doubts about your camera too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case. Ah, no, Karma. I'd say that camera is very irrelevant to the case. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. Yeah, a lot of weird equipment for taking pictures of meteor showers there, right? It's not like meteor showers tend to make a noise. But know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera? Yeah, of course I do. This is make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is, perhaps, the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Ow, maybe I went a little overboard there? Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear ya. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. Was it hackers-like? Was it hackers-like? You were photographing shooting stars. That's a lie. Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. And if she lied about that, what else did she lie about, you know? Well then, what exactly was she photographing? Your Honor, take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph at the lake? Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. What's this? A newspaper article? Gourdy. Ah, the sighting at Gourd Lake. Well, Miss Hart? I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gourdy. I have proof. I have it. Proof. Intriguing. Very well, let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. I'm not joking. When was I ever joking? What is proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gourdy the lake monster? Literally her camera, Judge. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? That's the photograph here, taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gourdy. According to this article, Gourdy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gourdy, weren't you? That's why you had set up your camera to respond to loud noises. Order! Order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart? You were camping there to try and take a photo of Gourdy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. Are all you lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gourdy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? It does mean you just lied to the court, lady. Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey. But, as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gourdy for some reason, I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact you were searching for Gourdy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Right, fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change, it has to. And I'm going to spot it. Lotta's new testimony. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. That's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out of that lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hooked to fry. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. No, it's not. Whether she is a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. Hey, it is my right. My right, Von Karma. I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. Poor stenographer. having to strike out bits and everything. And Kalla's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because... why? Was there a contradiction? Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind. That would be a first. Haha, very funny. You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Is it though? If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Okay. Not a research student. That's not something we can get a contradiction out of. That's not something we can get a contradiction out of. Imagine what a scoop it would be. No, that's why I was looking up at the lake. That's all I was hiding. Doubt, but when I heard the bang, I looked right straight out of the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I watched the boat the whole time. Actually, there wasn't much else to look at. Says the person who was there looking for a monster. Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it. Yeah, but how do you know if it was the only thing out there, if it was the only thing you were looking at? I agree. Any normal person would. But you are far from normal. What? Y'all want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gourdy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gourdy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Yeah. Order! Continue, Mr. Wright. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gourdy. That's what you were doing. Well? Well, now you all mention it. I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gourdy might be out there and all. Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then? Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, you know, I could be witness to a murder and all. I kind of got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat, till now. Gave yourself some fake memories there, did you? Getting all excited about it. This is totally uncalled for. But hey, you got the photograph. You got proof. Still, we can't see who is shooting who in this. Right. That's why I took this photo and... Witness! That's enough! Oh no, I want to hear what she said. Did she enhance that photo? You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole. Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and... what? Wait a second. She even... where's my gumshoe voice? She even had a photograph to prove it. You really can't tell from the photo who's shooting. That's why she said she's gonna enlarge the photo. She said, it'll drop the quality a mite, but she'd let us see who's who. Couldn't find my gumshoe voice after doing the heart voice. Whoops. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let us show it? I've got a hunch. Because it doesn't show Edgeworth as the shooter. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth. Or worse. What should I do? Yeah, make her show it. Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? Objection. Because it does not exist. Did you throw it in a fire, Von Karma? What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool. She is not taking any of Von Karma's shit. What's the meaning of this, Von Karma? Miss Hart. Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. That doesn't show anyone's faces either. We still cannot see who is firing in this. It also looks like it's two bald gents. And Edgeworth is clearly not bald, so it can't be. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Link photo added to the court record. Happy now, Mr. Wright? Has to be something. You asked for the enlargement. You got the enlargement. And little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. I suppose this means that the cross-examination is over, obviously. Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart. And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. I'm pretty sure you're getting paid for all this time, Karma. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? I don't think that evidence is decisive, though. And neither is the witness you presented. Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict. Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo somewhere. This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Wait a second. Yeah. Yeah. That gun is clearly being fired by someone's left hand, isn't it? And the pistol bears the prints of Edgeworth's right hand, which means he's not the shooter in that picture. So, show other evidence. Wait! Your Honor, this evidence... I believe we have spent enough time talking about evidence. Indeed. We've heard opinions on every piece of evidence but this enlargement. I see no point in retracing our steps. This is bad, real bad. Okay, what we have to do is object to the enlargement, I guess. I think I'm in that position where I'm several steps ahead of where I'm supposed to be. Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement. What might that be? Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange? Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. It's right here. Here, Your Honor. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. The hand! That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand... this man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show the evidence that the left hand contradicts. Now it's the pistol. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon are from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? You have given us definitive proof today. We now know it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? The victim? The victim could have shot himself. Because I think we established that it couldn't be anyone further away than actually on the boat, right? One bullet shot to the heart. And the way that they're standing, it would be very difficult for someone at the lakeside to shoot them. So, it's gotta be self-inflicted then. Hello, guy. How are you doing? I am, yes, in fact, enjoying replaying this. There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Order! Order! So, are you saying the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. But suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. A meter? That's 3 feet. Ah, Phoenix Wright doing conversions in his brain. Isn't it 3 feet and a bit, though? Technically, Phoenix, 3 feet is a yard, and a yard's slightly shorter than a meter, I think. It's like 90 centimeters, I think. There is no way it could have been suicide. Above a meter away. You know how long the victim's arms were? Prove his arms aren't long enough to do that. 3.3 feet. Yeah, that's what I thought, Strag. But I mean, you say more than a meter. But like, are we talking like just over a meter, as in it had to be the other person in the boat? Or are we talking it could have been someone on the shore, Karma? There's a difference here. A difference of scale here. Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course. I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. Hey, so now the autopsy report says approximately 1 meter. Approximately 1 meter is not more than 1 meter, Von Karma. I'm pretty sure you could shoot yourself from approximately 1 meter away. Depending on how long your arms were. I wish to... Oh yeah, I do know where my tape measure is. Just a second. How long, technically, is my arm? Okay, that's a lot that's actually only about 60 centimeters. You'd need ridiculously huge arms. So, okay, fine. Fine, Karma. I'm sure there's still ways to shoot yourself without that. Like maybe the bullet ricocheted off something and came back at it. I don't know. It probably didn't because we've seen the bullet and it's not squished. I see. Very well. Allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun reveal that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all. This court is adjourned. Yeah, I mean, it is a reasonable thing to go, yeah, who is the other person? Who are either of the people in the picture? Like, was Edgeworth even on that boat? Could there have just been two different people on that boat? Was the victim even on that boat? We have no evidence that the victim got shot on that boat. The victim could have been shot somewhere else and dumped in the lake. December 26th, 1:15 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. That was a close one. You know, actually, the thought that maybe the victim was killed somewhere else and dumped in the lake actually does line up weirdly well with us going, this pistol was fired 3 times, and we only have audio evidence of 2 of them happening at the lake. Phew, that was a close one. Hey! Don't you have anything to say? No. I have yet to be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but it happened out there on that lake anyway. If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya. Oh. Right. What? Tell her something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. That clearly was not what you were initially planning on saying, Edgeworth. Would it kill you to just state how you really feel with it? Thanks, Edgeworth? I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. I heard 2 shots like gunshots just after midnight. Actually, were they even gunshots? After all, we found some party poppers. And that's still gunpowder. Save, 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 save. Save. December 26th. Detention Center Visitors Room. Maya! Hey, Nick, it's you! I'm glad Mr. Edgeworth made it through the day okay. It's a relief. Hey, why'd you do that anyway? I don't know. I just knew I had to do something. I know I'm not the lawyer my sister was. I'm sorry. Well, you did save the trial. Just behave from now on, okay? Oh, okay. Have you been questioned yet? No, not yet. Detective Gumshoe was here just now. He said, seeing as this is your first offense, we'll let you go after questioning. Phew. Oh, and he wanted me to get bail money ready. You can pay for me, okay? Huh? How much? I don't know. I guess they'll send you a bill or something. Why do I picture giant bales of money every time I hear the word bail? Any luck with Mia? None. I can't get through to her at all. I tried, I really did. I don't know what to do. Yeah, that is a question. Like, why does she need bail money if they're just going to let her go? It's not like they're letting her off on bail to come back for a court date later, right? Or do I just fundamentally misunderstand bail? Which could be possible. I think I probably shouldn't have stopped my training. She sounds like she really did do her best. I should check and see if there are any waterfalls in the local area. I wonder if I'll ever see my sister again. Well, it looks like that's all we have to talk to her about. Time to go investigate. See if we can find anything else here. December 26th, Gourd Lake Park entrance. There are fewer than there were yesterday. The cops are still around in the park. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe is here today. December 26th, Gourd Lake Public Beach. Haven't seen Larry around today at all. Probably off paying through the nose on a date with the lovely Kianse. Is there anything really to look at here? The lake, I guess. The famous Gourd Lake. Its green waters stretch out on both sides. It's a pretty big lake, really. The trash. Trash can is empty. At least the place is well maintained. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything particularly interesting. Let's look at the samurai dog stall. Why not? The hot dog stand. It's closed. The Christmas fringe looks a little half-baked. The banner reads Samurai Dogs. Somebody needs to redecorate. Yeah, it's Boxing Day. It's not Christmas anymore. Well, no. Out to the woods. December 26th, Gourd Lake Woods. Ah, Gumshoe. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Hey, pal. The trial today at, Yes? What about the trial? Well, I was going to say good show, but it wasn't really all that. But you did save Mr. Edgeworth, I guess. I just wasn't sure how to thank you, you know? Thanks. Detective Gumshoe, any idea what strategy Von Karma is planning for tomorrow? Sounds like he's bringing in another witness. Another witness? Oh, right. He said something about that in the trial today. There were 2 witnesses. I was wondering who that other witness was. Who was it? Sorry, pal. As much as I'd like to, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Right. Oh, right. I wanted to ask you something about Edgeworth. What's up? Is he afraid of earthquakes? I never heard anything about that before. Mr. Edgeworth doesn't talk about himself too much, see? There's one thing that's clear as day. Him hating crime the way he does, and him becoming a prosecutor, and him being scared of earthquakes. It all started with that incident. The DL6 incident. Yep, that's the one. Hello, Shema. Hope you're doing well. "15 years ago, when he saw his father shot before his very eyes. He still feels the pain now. You can see it in his eyes. I wanted to talk to you about Maya Fey. Huh? She's not out on bail yet? That's strange. I told them to let her go as soon as they had their report written up. Man. I don't know what would have happened in that courtroom today if it weren't for her. Seeing her getting dragged out by the bailiff. And I'll be honest with you, pal, I shed a tear or two. Mr. Edgeworth, he was so moved I saw his lip trembling. Really? Cold as ice Edgeworth? He was really grateful for what she did, you know. I'm gonna head back to the station. I'll get the report on Maya and get her out of there as soon as I can. Thank you. Oh, wait. I was wondering, how much is bail going to be? Don't worry about that. Mr. Edgeworth is posting the whole amount. Ah, Edgeworth is paying. That's fine then. Well, but seriously, why does she need bail? Like, do I misunderstand what bail is? Yeah. I'm pretty sure bail only works if you're going to court. Right? Yeah. So why does she even need bail? I guess this justice system works a little different to real life. Didn't I tell you? He's grateful to her for what she did. Alright, pal. Well, don't forget to go pick her up, okay? Maybe I can get Edgeworth to pay this month's rent too. I mean, shouldn't Edgeworth be paying you for your representation, which should pay this month's rent? Is there anything we can really sort of look at here? What's going on here? It's food and some magazines on the sheet. Takes pretty tough skin to camp in this cold. Ross's camera is staring out at the lake as usual. Even a novice like me can tell that camera must cost a pretty penny. I hope she doesn't leave it out here to get stolen. That was my exact thought. My exact thought that I was just about to say is, should it really still be out here? Isn't it expensive? Trees grow quite thick here. Further back, the trees fade into the shadow where the sunlight can't reach them. Yeah, can't we go look it out? Alright. Let's go back to the beach and then let's go back to the boat rental shop. December 26th, boat rental shop. Yeah, it didn't come up that she was camping in a no camping area, did it? Wonder if that's why Gumshoe was over there. Get some pictures proving that she committed a crime. Looks like the boat rental shop is closed today too. Which is a pity, because it would be really useful to talk to whoever owns this place. Small boat rental shop. Doesn't look like anyone is around. They're probably closed because of the murder. There are some boats floating at the dock. The murder took place in a boat from this dock. Apparently, the police took away the actual boat that was used that night. Alright, okay. Indeed, there's space for one more boat at the dock. I wonder if there's actually bloodstains in the boat. That would be an interesting thing to find out, wouldn't it? Shall we go see if Gumshoe is done with Maya? We could probably use her assistance. December 26th, Detention Center Visitors Room. Hey, Nick! You finally came! I just finished the paperwork. I'm free to go. Free at last, eh? Those interrogators were really mean. They were like, okay, what did you do this time? Some kind of criminal, can you believe it? Well, they let you out in the end, didn't they? Oh, that reminds me. Thanks for bail. Thank Edgeworth. Huh? He posted bail for you. Said he was grateful for what you did. Edgeworth did that? I have to make it up to him. We've got to win this case, Nick. I mean, yeah, we gotta win. What should we do next? What do you think we should do next? They're kind of lacking in the clues department. We could go to the park to look for Gourdy. I was kidding. Still, if there are any clues out there, the park's as good a bet as any. What do you say? Shall we head down there? I mean, we did just look, but hey, maybe it'll be different with Maya there. Sure. December 26th, Gourd Lake Park entrance. There aren't many cops around today, are there? They're probably back at the precinct, working up the case against Edgeworth. Hey, y'all! Hey, it's Lotta! Y'all really did it today. What did we do now? No, I'm not complaining. See, I did a little thinking. A little self-reflection, you might say. I realized that being a witness is a mighty big responsibility. But I just went up there and started blabbing any old thing that came to mind. Lotta. So, you see, I want to make it up to y'all. Make it up? How? Well, let's start from the top then. What did you think of the trial? To be honest, I was doing it half just to say I've been a witness. Even though I didn't really see anything. I kinda convinced myself I had, though. I'm sorry. I know I caused y'all a lot of trouble. Well, memory is a tricky, vague little thing. Yeah, I sure know that now. I'll be fine the next time I witness a murder. Right. You mean the first time you witness a murder? What about Gourdy? Right. Well, the way I figure, the trial's only stoking the flames of Gourdy fever. I'll get my exclusive photos and rocket to start it. Alright, Lotta, you go, girl. I wish I could be an investigative photographer too. Finish your spirit medium training first. Lotta, what do you mean by making it up to us? Well, you see, actually, I got a bit of information for you. What? That Von Karma didn't want me to say nothing about it. What information? Now we're getting to the heart of it. See, I reckon we might be able to do ourselves a little exchange. Exchange? I thought this was to make it up to us. Right. I propose a little exchange to make it up to you. What? The information doesn't come cheap, my friend. Hey! See you thinking, man, how unsophisticated these southern folks are. It's written all over your face. Let me tell you, most southerners are way more sophisticated than you. Just the exception, okay? Well, what'll it be? We got a deal or not? What do we do, Nick? Deal or no deal, huh? Deal. We don't have any other leads, so I don't think we have a choice here. Okay, how much? Huh? You're completely off your rocker? I may not be sophisticated, but I'm not trying to rob the poor. Huh? The only fair exchange for information is information. Listen good. What I need from you is information about Gourdy. Whoa, Gourdy? But Gourdy doesn't, Gourdy might not exist. Then bring me proof that shows he doesn't. Sorry, that shows he don't. Yeah, I'll be keeping watch from the car, okay? You see something, y'all come to me first, got it? Okay. Right, see y'all later. Okay, Nick, let's get hunting. Hunting? You don't seriously mean... Gourdy? I sure do. What about Edgeworth? We're searching for Gourdy for him, Nick. Don't you get it? Okay, and how about... How exactly do we search for a make-believe monster? Maybe we can find a monster myth specialist? Well, maybe we can see something. Who knows? Why is there a giant inflatable silver samurai now? Were those flags there before? I don't think they were, because they seem to be attached to the silver samurai. And I was going to make an attempt at identifying all of them, but I'm not sure about some of those flags. I'm not good at flags. I mean, we've definitely got the USA, Germany, Japan, Brazil. Then I'm not certain on the next one. Not certain on the next one. This one, I'm not certain about either. Then this one I'm reasonably sure is South Korea. And then China. And then the UK. And that one there's Australia. So I can do all but 3 of them. There are too many countries with similar flags to this. It also feels like it's upside down. You think Netherlands? Is the Netherlands flag that way up? I thought it was the other way up. It is. It's the wrong way up. Which either means it's something else or that it's the wrong way up. Now I'm gonna go and try and work those out now. I need to know. Yeah, I also believe, isn't Luxembourg basically the same colours, but the blue is lighter? So it could be upside down Luxembourg. Um... Hmm. Ah, blue then white then red is apparently Chile. So there you go. If we're going for countries anyway. But so what's that square green one? Um, could be Bangladesh. Although that's not actually square. Maybe the squareness is kind of just an artifact of what we're doing here. And then the other one I couldn't get, the orange and white striped one. With the something in the middle of it. Orange and white. I feel like I should know what that is. Googling is not helping me. It's just this one now. And I really want to know. But Google is not helping me, so I guess I'm done. That means I've identified everything except for this one. But that's fine. Anyway, the game, the actual game. What's that? The Steel Samurai, Nick! Oh, you want to assume that that's an upside down flag of Luxembourg. I did find one that was that way up, but the colours were wrong. So I'm going to assume it's that one's an upside down Luxembourg, but I don't know what the orangey one is. Because I got caught out on that flag in an online pub quiz last week. Because I went, I know that, it's the Netherlands. No, it's not, it's Luxembourg, because the blue's a different blue. I mean, admittedly, clearly the person who hung these up is probably Larry, so he probably did it wrong. Yo, Maya! Larry, what the heck is that? Oh, it was my girl Kiance's idea. She was all, if you like put this here, it will be like really cool. Dude, she gave it to me along with the banner. Wow. It's really impressive she could find those for you. Well, she knows a lot of people. And that show's finished now, so she got them for free. Right. Larry, what is going on your t-shirt? I feel like I'm being stared at, Larry. I feel like I'm being stared at. Edgeworth. Yo, Nick! What happened with Edgy? Well, we made it through the first day in Portal, right? I don't know how good our prospects are from here on, though. Huh. Hey, Larry, did you know Mr. Edgeworth's secret weakness? He's terrified of earthquakes. He acts like a little boy. Huh. That's weird. I don't think he was ever like that in school. No? Really? Well, we were only in the same class for a little bit. He transferred schools pretty quickly. Transferred? Right, when the DL6 incident happened. Doesn't look like Larry knows about it, though. big samurai. Hey, Larry. When did you get that big thing? Huh? Oh, the big guy? For about a month, yeah? It wasn't here earlier or yesterday. It's a big hit with the kids. Why wasn't it there yesterday? Huh? Huh? Oh, right. The compressor was busted. Compressor? Yeah, it's that little unit by my hot dog stand. Oh, this thing. That's what I used to put air in the Steel Samurai. It broke a little while ago, so I sent it in for repairs. Oh. And here I thought you'd inflated it by yourself. No, that sort of thing requires air to be constantly put into it, right? Like a bouncy castle. Doesn't that Steel Samurai look a little out of place? I mean, it's so huge. I guess it's good advertising. Something about the Steel Samurai just doesn't work for me. Huh? Really? It looks pretty well made to me. Still a novice, aren't you, Nick? Really? True connoisseurs like Cody and me don't fall for this kind of stuff. These Steel Samurai fans are obviously in a league of their own. Alright, what about the flags? Those flags look sadly out of place here. Flapping listlessly back and forth in a cold wind under a cold sky. I don't know, I think it gives the place a kind of festival atmosphere. I mean, you could do that with any kind of bunting, it doesn't have to be flag bunting. It reminds me of the War of the Eyeglasses. The what now? The War of the what? Huh? What? You mean you don't know the War of the Eyeglasses? What the heck is it? Our local fair used to do it every summer. I guess we were the only ones. I ask again, what the heck is it? The blue, white, red flag, the only one you could find that's close is somewhere in Poland? I mean, I found one. I did find one, Drag. I thought I did anyway. Although now I search for the country that I was told it was, it clearly isn't actually there, so... Yeah, the orange one, my first thought was India, but I'm pretty sure that's, like, green on the bottom. And not all orange. Well, thanks for checking anyway, Drag. I think we'll just say it's probably not a real flag. Which is weird when, like, the rest of them are real. What's this machine? That's a compressor. I'll use it to fill up that balloon there with air. Neat. I just got it repaired yesterday. Man, what a drag that was. Yeah, but when did it break? And what kind of noise does a broken compressor make, Larry? Wow, Gourd Lake is really big. Yeah. Say, Nick, why is it called Gourd Lake? Ah, we already had this conversation. Oh, hey Larry, can I ask you about Gourdy? That's the guy that's selling my dogs faster than I can cook them. Do you think Gourdy really exists? Nah, I think someone probably saw something else they just thought was Gourdy. And I'll keep selling samurai dogs until the truth's out. Maybe you should rename them Gourdy dogs. Let's get back into the woods again. December 26th, Gourd Lake Woods. Hey y'all! Well, y'all find anything out about Gourdy? No, nothing. Well, keep moving. It gets cold out here at nighttime. It is a little chilly. I think I have to sneeze. Oh no! No! Set the camera off again. Oh dear. I told y'all, no sneezing. See, I set the camera to respond to things a little softer than a bang. And to trigger on one of Von Karma's finger snaps now. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, sorry's nice, but what about my film? Nick, pay the lady. I'll learn something in today's trial, that's for sure. Testifying is serious business. That's why I decided not to talk about that case anymore. Huh? Whoa, didn't you say you had information about the case? Tell us that at least. Like I said, I'll trade it for the dirt on Gourdy. What are you going to do if Gourdy doesn't exist? I'll quit being an investigative photographer. What? After all, I only have one photo to my name so far. Was it a good one? You bet! A UFO! A UFO? Anyway, if I can't get a career making photo this time around, and that's it, I'll quit and go back to school. Huh? So you really are a university student? Yeah, well, I'm taking a break for a bit. Right. She's got a picture of a UFO, huh? I'd love to see that. Alright, it's not just us struggling on the flags, it's hard drag. That's good. They probably are just made up then. Anyone at the boat rental shop? It's always so quiet here. I wonder if the boat shop is closed for good. Well, with the murder on the lake and all, they're probably just taking a vacation till it blows over. I get it. can look at the boats differently this time. There are some boats floating at the dock. The murder took place in a boat from this dock. Apparently, the police took away the actual boat that was used that night. Indeed, there's space for one more boat at the dock. That's still just the same text we had earlier. There's more forest off that way. Doubt I'd find any helpful clues in there. You might! What else can we examine from here? This? I can't get over to the samurai dogs. The original samurai dogs, no less. Hey man, whoever calls their product the original first wins. Why don't you add world famous to the sign? Hey, good idea! What have I done? Hey Nick, benches! Let's take a break. Maybe have a dog? I think not. It's too cold just to eat hot dogs out here. Wimpy city boy. You should try standing under a freezing waterfall sometime. No, thank you. Do we have anything else we could show to Larry that would be any good? No. Maybe we need to go to somewhere that isn't Gourd Lake. Actually, is there anything we can examine here? That was actually different than the last time we looked, even though it started the same. I feel winter's chill from the bare leaf trees today. There's a lot of trees here. I guess that's why they call it a nature park. It's quite pretty when the cherry trees along the lakeside blossom in spring. Today, it's just cold. Sign says Gourd Lake Nature Park. This place is full of families picnicking on the weekend. It's a little cold for picnicking these days, though. I mean, it's been fairly cold. I mean, technically, allegedly, it's not winter yet. Allegedly, winter starts in like 2 weeks. Calendar winter, anyway. But it definitely has been cold. It got warmer again. I think it's gonna get cold again next week. I was looking at the weather. Looks like it's going to go down to very low single digits over the next couple of weeks here. Anyway. Where else do we have to... We could go see Gumshoe. December 26th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs. Hey there. Hey there, pal. What's up? You look out of sorts. Wait, you didn't go and do something that's gonna hurt Mr. Edgeworth's case again. What do you mean, again? Whatever. Have a seat, pal. I'm here for you if you need anything. Besides money, that is. Ah, darn it. But I wanted money. How is the investigation proceeding? Yes, it's not really. We have another meeting coming up. We're supposed to talk about Mr. Edgeworth's motive. His motive? see, Mr. Edgeworth's father died in the DL6 incident. And the guy who got the lone suspect declared innocent was the victim in this case. Robert Hammond. They're saying that's why Mr. Edgeworth shot him. Yeah, but why now, though? Why would he do that now? And Edgeworth never talks about his past. I bet they'll track that out and hit him with it in court tomorrow, too. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I gotta admit, it doesn't look good, pal. Say, Detective Gumshoe, do you know Gourdy? The monster down in Gourd Lake? Not personally, no. I do love that response though, not personally. Well, we're looking for it. Huh? Are you out of your minds? You got time to go wild monster hunting? How about doing a little questioning for me then? Oh, Detective Gumshoe is scaring me, Nick. I told Detective Gumshoe about the deal with Lotta. Nick, try telling him sooner next time. Sorry. Ah, see, pal. Sorry for shouting at you. Okay. Detective Gumshoe will aid your search for Gourdy. Huh? I'll loan you one of our newest secret weapons for finding evidence. Really? You can take whichever one you like. Ooh. Secret weapons? Okay, give us the goods. Hold on now. Everything in due time. First, let me show them to you. These are our best and brightest. Introducing secret weapon number 1, missile. Missile? He's a canine police dog, still in training. Puppy! Missile! Missile! Here, boy! Oh, look at the puppy! Here he is. He's cute! Look, Nick! Cute dog! A cute dog. And this will help us... Next, secret weapon number 2. Fishing pole. Here, this is my own personal pole. Detective Gumshoe, we're looking for a monster? Yeah. How are we supposed to catch a whole sea monster with a fishing pole? Never know till you try, pal. Okay, this next one is the last one. Oh, please, I'm already overwhelmed by all our choices. Secret weapon number 3, a metal detector. Here. Detective Gumshoe, we're looking for something alive. Right. How are we supposed to find it with a metal detector? Hey, you never know. It might have been eating soda cans. Well, which will it be? I can't make up my mind, Nick. They all seem so perfect. I mean, I'm sure we can find something useful with all of them. Missile is the creator's dog, is it? That's kinda cool. I can't make up my mind either, for the totally opposite reason. Oh well, I suppose it can't hurt to borrow one of them. think it would be interesting to see what we can fish up from that boat dock. Can we borrow that flimsy-looking fishing pole? Sure thing, pal. Oh, if it breaks, be sure to dispose of it properly, okay? Right. Fishing pole borrowed from Detective Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe's personal fishing pole. Sadly flimsy and of dubious utility. Well, let's go see what we can do with that, eh? I'm sure we can fish up some interesting, stuff. Can we sort of... Nope, that's not it. How do we use it? How do we use it? Maybe not here. Maybe we present it. You know, you can't catch many fish in this lake. I'm not after small fry. I'm after the biggest fry of them all, Gourdy. You really gonna try and fish out a monster? To save Edgeworth, yes. Brings a tear to my eye, in more ways than one. Well, clearly that wasn't how to do it. Can we, like... No, we've already examined the lake. Maybe out in the woods? Ooh, maybe out in the woods. December 26th, Gourd Lake Woods. Okay, Nick, this looks like a good spot. A good spot for what? Time to do some fishing. She's serious. What are you going to use for bait? Oh. Yeah. Oh. I figured something like this would happen. We should have brought Missile along with us too. At least then we'd have bait. Phoenix, right! There's no way you could use Missile as bait on a fishing rod that flimsy. How could you? I'm kidding! I'm kidding! Some jokes are better left untold. Oof, she hit me. Okay, watch this, Nick. Just try not to reel in any empty cans or boots, okay? Here we go. My leg! Oh no! Not the camera again! Hey! Oh, what are you doing? Sorry, Lotta. Don't tell me y'all are on some film company's payroll. Nick, pay her. My poor, poor wallet. Why is it shooting that much film at once anyway? Well, I guess we're done with our attempting to fish. Let's go get something more useful. Maybe we should go bring a canine in training. Detective Gumshoe, can we borrow one of the other things? Yeah, right, because it only took one photo at a time on the night of the murder. Why is it firing off a whole film now? Yes, sure, pal. But I have to take back the last one I lent you. Department policy. Well, take your pick. Which'll it be? Missile, please. Can we borrow a missile? Sure thing, pal. Be good to him. So cute! Oh boy. Canine unit missile borrowed from Detective Gumshoe. A canine unit in training. Very cute, with shiny eyes. Hey, Nick! Hmm? I've been acting strangely. Missile? Oh, right. That little creature of the detectives. Hey, I love little doggies. Good boy, good boy. Larry, that's a dog with a job. You're not supposed to play around with the dogs with jobs. What's wrong, Missile? Missile! Missile! Whoa! Stop that thing! Cannibal! It's eating my samurai dogs! That doesn't make it a cannibal. Hot dogs are not made of dog. My samurai dogs! Wow, he ate every single one. I'm sorry, Larry. Sorry? Sorry doesn't pay my bills, Nick. It's going to have to this time. These secret weapons aren't being very useful. Yeah, Larry's face is very expressive. He's like that author in Great Ace Attorney also had really good expressive face. No wonder the dog's still in training. Yeah, apparently he can't be trusted around hot dogs. Hello, Gumshoe. I fed your dog. Maybe we can get something from the metal detector. Can we borrow that metal detector? Sure thing, pal. I'm not sure what we're going to find with this. Remember, you're hunting for a monster. Anything is possible. Anything. Makes a noise when metallic objects are near. A useful detection device. Hey! I got an achievement for borrowing all of Gumshoe's secret weapons. Nick! It's beeping! The metal detector's found something! Sure is loud enough about it. Whatever it is, it must be in those bushes. Go check it out, Maya. I have to check it out! Nick? Look! Why does that look like an oxygen canister wrapped in flags? Huh? An air tank? Huh, the valve looks broken. I thought it was Gourdy. Maya, first of all, why would Gourdy be in the bushes? And second of all, why would a metal detector react to a sea monster? I mean, it could be Gourdy. Oh. Huh? Something wrapped around this air tank. It looks like a string of flags. Well, we might as well take it with us now that we found it. Yeah, I can see the US flag and the Japanese flag and the this one looks more like the blue for the Netherlands rather than the blue for Luxembourg. But equally, we don't know what way round that is on the string. It actually might be that way round, which means it's France, I think. Is that the right way round for France? I'm second guessing myself about the way round that flags are, and that's completely irrelevant to this case. It's heavy. Air tank of dubious value retrieved. An empty air tank. The valve is open, and a banner of flags is wrapped around it. Hey, Larry! I have a question for you, Larry. Of what? An air tank? What about it? Larry, I wanted to ask you about this tank. Is it yours? Say, is this air tank yours? Why would I have a thing like that? Look, see how there's a string of flags around the tank valve? It's just like the string of flags around your steel samurai there. Must be a coincidence. There's strings of flags everywhere these days. This little twitch up here says otherwise. Like elementary schools and used car dealerships. Look, why would I need a tank anyway? To inflate your thing that the compressor wasn't working for? You used this to inflate that, didn't you? Inflate what? What else? That big puffy steel samurai. Now, why would you go asking me a question like that? Looks like I hit the nail on the head. Right. Actually, see, the compressor I always use was on the Fritz. So I tried using the tank to inflate it, just once. And it didn't go so well. As I suspected, it didn't go so well. Yeah. Do you think you could be a little more specific? Come on. Look, it's embarrassing, so I really don't want to talk about it. Tell us! Fine. Whatever. It's like what I said, the compressor was busted. So I took the tank and tried to fill the samurai up with that. And then... the valve busted open and made this incredible noise. And that tank there took off like a rocket. And it took my poor deflated steel samurai with it. What? Off into Gourd Lake? It sure scared me out of my gourd, that's for sure. So the tank and the steel samurai you were trying to fill up flew away. What happened next? Well, all that happened on the 20th or so? The 20th. A week ago. Now, as far as I could see, the tank went flying out into the lake. So I went out every night in a boat looking for it. Did you now? I mean, Kiyase gave me that steel samurai after all. And when did you find it? Just the night before last. Larry? Larry, that means that you were out on that lake finding the steel samurai inflatable on the night of the murder! It flew way out there. Took me 4 whole days to find it. The night before last was the night of the murder. Sorry for not telling you, Nick. Actually, I was here on the night of the murder. But you see, I went home before midnight. So you didn't know about what happened? Nope. That's too bad. It's not all bad. We've solved one mystery at least. Yeah, we have. A mystery? Maybe we should go tell her. Yeah. It doesn't actually say what day on here, does it at all, but I'm pretty sure that that is the Steel Samurai. I did say it looked like a hand. It looks kind of like this hand right here. Just a little deflated. I'm not sure Larry is the second witness, because it seems like he didn't tell anyone who was there. Well, Mr. Lawyer, I've got the info y'all need. Y'all got the scoop on Gourdy for me yet? Gourdy doesn't exist. What? There is no such thing as Gourdy. What? How can y'all be so sure? Really, Nick? Y'all got some proof Gourdy doesn't exist? The proof that Gourdy doesn't exist is here. Of course I have proof. No lawyer worth his badge would make a claim without the proof to back it up. Here's the proof that Gourdy doesn't exist.
Take that!
Larry's air tank? What are y'all doing with an air tank? This is Gourdy. Excuse me? What exactly are you saying, Nick? There's a stand near here. A hot dog stand. There's a giant inflatable samurai doll there. About a week ago, an idiot, who happens to be a friend of mine, tried to fill it. He used this air tank, and when the valve blew, the tank flew into the lake. Apparently, it made a pretty loud bang when it flew. A bang? The tank, along with the still deflated samurai, fell into the lake. At the same time, the couple was taking a photograph of the lake. This photo. Wait, so you're saying that Gourdy is really the Steel Samurai? Well, that's a fine way to ruin a gal's dreams. I'm sorry, Lotta. Nah, it's okay. You win. And I'll give you your info like I promised. Poor Lotta. So, tell us this information you have. A promise is a promise, I guess. I overheard the cops around here saying something about the witness tomorrow. Hello, Card Gaming. Yes, the stream on Sundays is a lot earlier in the day than the streams during the week. They said he's the caretaker of the boat rental place up the path here. Aha! That's why the boat rental shop is closed. Boat rental? There's someone there? I mean, it looks so deserted. Just an old guy living all by himself. Y'all should go check it out. Thanks, Lotta, we will. Let's get cracking, Nick. Hold on. Something else? Yeah, the night of the murder. That camera clicked twice, you know? Yeah, what's the other image? Wait, so you have another photo? Well, yeah, but there's nothing in it at all. Just the lake. I figured it wouldn't be much use as evidence, so I kept it to myself. Well, it might not be helpful at all, but yeah, take it. Shows an empty lake taken automatically on the 24th of December at 11:50 p.m. Bye now. Y'all take care. Time for me to pack up and leave. Poor Lotta. It's all Larry's fault. The legend still lives on, I guess. The legend? Yeah, the legend of Larry, familiar to all who know him for any length of time. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Someone should whip that butts into shape. Yeah, they should. Right. I need some more water, so I will be right back. Time to go talk to an old codger. December 26th. Boat rental shop. Hey Nick! This is the boat shop that Lotta was talking about. You're right. Doesn't seem to be anyone around at all. Well, let's go check it out anyway. I mean, we already did this, right? I don't think there's anything we haven't interacted with yet, unless there's now a move to there it. Caretaker's shack. Looks pretty snug in here. I'm guessing this is a kotatsu. Meg, that you? No, I think I need an older voice. Hey, is that Keith with you? Where have you two been? I've been worried sick. Nick, you handle this. I think I'll leave this one up to you, Maya. Meg! He looks kind of drunk. Yes? Finally made up your mind, have you? My mind? You'll run the pasta shop when I'm gone. Pasta? Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. You make your old man proud. When you kids left the house, I didn't know what to think. How am I supposed to keep this place running, an old man like me? Polly, the kids are home. Hello, hello. Nick, what was that? A parrot. The one on that perch. It looks mostly like a scarlet macaw, except it's got the little cockatiel floofs. Having a pasta shop might be good for the money, but the thing is, this guy runs a boat rental shop, not a pasta shop. Keith. Yes? I leave the wet noodle in your capable hands, Sonny. Nick, what's the wet noodle? Based on the available evidence, I'd say it's the name of his pasta shop. That's a relief, isn't it, Polly? Hello. Yep. He fell asleep. I guess he's relieved. Well, let's look around this place. Yep, we do indeed have a kotatsu. Look, Nick, he has an electric blanket on his table. Looks warm. That's a great idea. We should do this at the office. We can sit down with our clients, snug and warm, and drink hot cocoa. And what? Talk about murders? Oh, you're a party pooper, Nick. Bin. I was looking at the bin, not the TV, but hey. Wow, he has a television in here too. What's this? Look, a little safe. It's locked. Of course it is! It's a safe! Fishing rod? This fishing pole looks expensive. Yeah, I've heard that's the danger of a Gitatsu. Like, it's so warm and cozy you can just fall asleep. I still want one. Not that I have anywhere to put one. Wow, there's lots of various fish in Gourd Lake, aren't there? Larry said we couldn't really catch anything. Isn't this an anglerfish? Look at its little thing up there. I feel like that is not in Gourd Lake. Something's funny, Nick. All these fish are saltwater fish. Ah, it wasn't just the anglerfish, huh? Looks like a kitchen unit. It's pretty clean. Funny, he doesn't look like the type who'd keep things tidy like that. You're forgetting, Nick. He's running a pasta shop here. Yeah, a pasta shop. Anyway, here's a pretty Polly. Wow, what an amazing parrot that is. Good morning. Hello? It ignored me. Aww. What? You forgot, Meg? You gotta call her name first. Her name? Polly, how you been? Hello. Hello. What? See? Neat! So the parrot's name is Polly. Parrot added to the court record. The erstwhile companion of the boot shop caretaker answers to the name Polly. Too bad all she can say is hello. Arr, arr, arr. Old Polly can say lots of things. You just need to know the secret words. The secret words? Polly, Polly, what's your name? Polly! What? Cute! Maya's found a new friend. A pasta shop? Yep. To think the wet noodle will live on when I'm gone. My father started it, you know, so that makes you two the third generation. Meg. Yes? Tomorrow we'll start with the secrets of dough tossing. Dough tossing? You too, Keith. Yes? You'll be the best pasta wrangler the West has ever seen. Pasta wrangler? The West? Isn't pasta from Italy? Meg! Yeah. You know the best pasta's always been made west of the Rockies, don't you? I'm not so sure that's true, sir. Right, of course, everybody knows that. Nick? Huh? How long do we have to keep up this all in the family charade? This old man must know something about the murder. I'm not leaving until we find out what that is. This is a boat rental shop, right? What are you talking about? This is the Palace of Pasta, the wet noodle. Oh, now that you mention it, We haven't gotten many orders for spaghetti lately. All the kids come up and say, "Yo, dude, we want to ride in one of your boats." That's why I keep them boats out there. Youngsters these days, darned if I understand them. I'm pretty confused myself. Nick, this isn't going anywhere. This old man is the witness tomorrow, right? I gotta find some way of getting information out of him. Hello, Thomas. How you doing? Yes, Card, I'm pretty sure I know what you mean by "that's the bird." And yes it is. I'm looking forward to doing that part again. I'm sorry to hear you're doing bad, Thomas. My memory's gotten worse of late. That's why I just tell everything important to old Polly here. Everything important? I wonder. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228, squawk. All right. Hey, Polly, watch it, will ya? Scenic? All it takes is a little clever thinking. And a criminal mind. Quick, Nick, write that number down. You don't get me involved in your little heist schemes. We can't mess with the safe. We can't do anything else with Polly right now, apparently. We don't have other things to talk about. What if we present something? Like the picture from the lake. Now listen here, Keith. Remember that tricolor pasta we were talking about? Our Rainbellini. I figured out the last color we should use. Indigo blue. Indigo blue? Didn't seem to work the way I thought it might. What if we just present Polly again? Nope. Present the badge to see if he still calls us Keith. Alright. That a lawyer's badge? Yes, it is. I don't believe it. This old guy is the first person to recognize my badge. I get it. Huh? Yep. I got you figured out now. You're not Keith. Nick, now's our chance to clear things up. Sir. No, I'm not Keith. And I'm not Meg either. We're here investigating a murder that took place on this lake the other night. Please help us. A lawyer, huh? Please, mister. Alright, I'll help. but on one condition. What's that? When this case is over and done, you'll run the wet noodle. Sure, why not? I mean, another income stream could be useful. And no one knows this is a pasta shop anyway. Okay, we promise. Nick, are you sure about this? Hey, anything to get this case solved. Also, who wouldn't want to eat Phoenix noodles? I guess so. That's my boy! Good for you, Keith! Wait, didn't I just say... You too, Meg! Thomas, really? How many pulls did it take you to pick up Leona's club card? And more specifically, how many less pulls than it's taken me to not get him? Yes? You bring a tear to your old man's eye, you know? Now, what was that you wanted to know? Speak up, Polly. Hello. What? Now he's talking to the bird again. How do we get him to talk to us? Now the lake photo? One 10 pull, Thomas? Thomas, do you know how many do you know how many pulls I'm in right now not getting him? How? Yep, I've seen this. You know something about this, though? Keith. Yes? It's okay, you can call me Dad. Dad, you know something about this? Yep, the other night, out on the lake. Yes, yes? I know all about that. I seen it. What? Tell us what you saw. Well, I suppose, since you're taking over the shop and all, the pistol, maybe? He fell asleep. Club Leona and Dorm Arthur. What is with your luck, Thomas? What the heck? I'm currently 70 pulls in with one Dawn card to show for it. This is going to be the same thing. Oh wait, we were probably just doing this on talk, aren't we? There we go, yes. What you saw. I forget the time, but it was pretty dark outside. Probably night, yep. Yeah, it was after midnight, but okay. Then I heard this bang, so I looked outside. Then I heard another one. Bang! A little while later, this boat comes back. Then a young man walked by my window here. He was muttering something to himself, yep. What did he say? Yep. I forgot. I'll remember tomorrow by court time. Promise. I need to know earlier than that. You know what, eh? Little Terry was just here. Terry? Yep, that kid next door. You always used to make him cry, remember? He was wearing this tattered old coat. Got himself some whiskers growing out of his face. Oh, you mean Gumshoe? He must be talking about Detective Gumshoe. He comes up and tells me to come down to court tomorrow. Really? Somehow, I don't think we're going to get much useful information from this guy. Maya, maybe we should be leaving. I think you're right. Oh, wait! I had one more question. Huh? Polly! Have we forgotten something? Oh, yeah. I remember what's coming. What? Don't forget D6! What? Yep. I remembered that part. Huh? What did she just say, Nick? One more time, Polly. Don't forget DL6. What? The DL6 incident? Hey, mister, I mean, Dad. It's getting weird. Who is this old guy? Why would that bird Polly know about DL6? We have to figure out who that old man is. Oh! What? He locked the door from the other side. Who could that old man be? Maybe that suspect from DL6 who no one's heard of since. I think I need to do a little more research on this DL6 incident. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe. Maybe we should. Nope, not examine. Examine is the wrong button. Move! December 26th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs. Hey, pal! Long time no see. You don't look so happy. What's wrong this time? Actually, we wanted to ask you something. Hey, Thomas, if it was possible to give your cars to someone else, I would accept him. But unfortunately, you are stuck with him. Yeah. You know the boat rental shop down at Gourd Lake? Yeah. The old man who runs it is appearing as a witness in court tomorrow, right? Huh? How'd you... that was supposed to be top secret. Do you know who that old man is, Detective? Actually, I don't. He's a bit of an odd bird. I haven't been able to get a straight answer out of him. I decided first he wasn't persuasive enough to stand and testify as a witness. That's why we called Miss Lotta Hart yesterday. As for who he is, we have absolutely no idea. Sounds suspicious. Detective Gumshoe, please help us. Huh? We need to know about the DL6 incident. That was when Edgeworth's father died. I can't help but think that has something to do with this current case. To tell the truth, I don't know much about DL6 either. Mr. Edgeworth forbade us from reading the file. So, I'm afraid I can't show them to you either, pal. What? Can we get Polly to testify for him? Wait and see, Drag, because there's one thing I remember about this case. And it's that bird! So in other words, yes! We can cross-examine the bird, and we will do later. If you can convince me somehow that the DL6 incident is related to this case, well, I guess I'd consider opening the file up. Can I do that by presenting you with Polly? What's that? A parrot? The old man at the boat rental shop's parrot. The parrot knew about that incident. That incident? DL6. What? Polly, have we forgotten something? What? Don't forget DL6! What? Uh-huh. I'm pretty sure that old man must have taught her that word. Yeah, but how would that old man know about the DL6 incident? Wait, what if that old man was connected to DL6? You think he might be? I get ya. Sounds like you need information on the DL6 incident. Through there is the station's records room. I'll give you special permission to go in and find what you need. Oh, right! Way to go, Detective Gumshoe! Okay, Nick, to the records room! I guess it's time we face Edgeworth's past. Records room. December 26th, Police Department Records Room. Wow! It's amazingly dusty. 10 years of files and 10 years of dust, I guess. Let's find that DL6 stuff quick. 15 years ago. Both me and Edgeworth were 9 years old. We were almost through with 4th grade when he suddenly transferred. Because of DL6? Nick! I found out where the file is! Oh! Thanks! Just let me know what you want to know about the DL6 incident. I'll go get the right file. I could make a dust bunny snowman. Oh, that would be so gross. Alright, case summary. Well, first I have to get a handle on the main facts, like a summary. Right. Summary. Found it! Here you go. December 28th, 2001. December 28th, huh? That's the code to the safe. That's exactly 15 years ago from the day after tomorrow. So in 2 days, the case is closed. The incident took place in the elevator of the district courthouse. What? Is this the same district courthouse where we're holding the trial now? Looks like it. There was a large earthquake at 2 p.m. that day. Part of the court building collapsed and all of the lights went out. Wow, that was some earthquake. At the time, 3 people were trapped in the elevator. It took 5 hours for them to be rescued. 5 hours? That would be scary like that, in the dark. There was a lack of oxygen in the elevator and the survivors were unconscious. The survivors? One of the 3 in the elevator had been shot in the heart. That was Mr. Edgeworth's father, wasn't it? He said that his father was shot before his very eyes. So Miles Edgeworth was one of the other passengers in that elevator. Victim data. You think it would be a good nap time? What, in a broken down elevator with a lack of oxygen? I mean, that would be one way of making the oxygen last a bit longer, wouldn't it? I'm guessing that the earthquake damage messed something up and sealed it or something? I don't know. Do you have data on the victim, Edgeworth's father? Yeah, hold on. Victim. Here, found it. Wait, you got stuck in an elevator for 7 hours, Thomas? Ooh. Gregory Edgeworth, 35, defense attorney. If he was still alive, he'd be 50. He had lost that day's case in court and got in the elevator with his son Miles. Miles? Miles Edgeworth, of course. So he was in the elevator with his father. From the angle of the bullets and other evidence, it could not have been a suicide. The murder weapon, a pistol, was found in the elevator. The pistol had been fired 2 times. Where have I heard that before? Yeah, this is really suspicious. Why does this case seem so similar to the previous one? A situation where only the people in a small area could have done it. But it couldn't possibly have been a suicide. With multiple shots fired. It sounds just like this current case. What's going on here? Got any data on the suspect in there? That would be the guy that my mum got arrested. Hold on, this is it. The man arrested as a suspect in DL6 was Yanni Yogi. He was a clerk in the court, apparently. So he must have been the 3rd person in the elevator. Well, then he had to have done it. But he was found innocent, thanks to his defense lawyer, Robert Hammond. Hammond, the victim in our case. I mean, also, why are we discounting the possibility that 9-year-old Edgeworth shot his father? I don't think he would have done it on purpose, but you know. There's a reason you keep guns away from kids. Also, why did anyone have a gun there in the first place? But you know. Right. The suspect, Mr. Yogi, was oxygen deprived so much that he had brain damage. He lost all memory of being in the elevator. After he was declared innocent, he disappeared. Where would Yogi have gone to, I wonder? You know, I feel like your Yogi Bear reference is kind of relevant. Because I wonder if that's what they were using, because of the fact he now lives in the nature park. If it's our boat guy, anyway. Given that there's a limited number of people who could be involved in DL6. He may be closer than we think. Yeah, Phoenix has the same idea. I guess I know generally what happened in DL6 now. Still don't know what sort of impact the whole thing had on Edgeworth. Nick! Are we going to take the whole file? There's too much, we'll never get it out. You're right. How about we just take what we think we'll need? DL6 case file added to the court record. File on the DL6 incident. Right. That's probably all we'll be able to find here. Now all that's left is the trial tomorrow. I wonder how Dad will do testifying in court. Also, if it is the same guy, then I apologize for thinking he was drunk. When he's apparently brain damaged. December 27th, 10 AM. District Court, Courtroom Number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Apparently, the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here, anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well. No opening statements, so... Not so fast, Judge. Good luck with my voice, thank you. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Bold prediction, Karma. Bold prediction. I'm not sure 3 minutes is even long enough to swear the witness in. Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Bah! Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Witness, state your profession. You're supposed to ask for his name and profession, Karma. I am the proprietor of the restaurant The Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. And I, also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yup. Yup, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Yeah, I'm raising an objection. You're supposed to ask for his name as well, Von Karma. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will state his name. Well, I'm not really sure yet. What do you mean? My, memory. Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness? It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yep. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats, as usual. Then I heard a bang, yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. Objection. There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. What man? What man walked by the window? He hasn't actually specified. Go. No need for cross-examination. Excuse me, Von Karma. It my right to cross-examine the witness. You can't take that away from me. Just because you're an egomaniac who wants to run this entire courtroom. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict, now. Yes. Mr. Wright? Of course I'm cross-examining. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma. 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. I mean, he sounds like he's a demon in disguise, right? The night of the murder. Just after midnight. Ooh, now that's not true. That's actually not true. Because we know the timing of the first bang because it's, well, no, she said she heard 2 sounds like gunshots just after midnight, but we also have her thing... the second lake photo. Well, this shows that one of the bangs was actually before midnight. But hey. Also, if it was the night of the 24th just after midnight, then it was the 25th. Just after midnight, you say? Yep, just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure, yep. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. That's because it's been prepared by Karma. I asked him, and he remembered. Isn't that right? Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly, I did. Yep. You see, continue. The rest, I don't think we need to press that one, really. Then you heard a bang. And where did the bang seem to come from? Oop, I accidentally clicked the wrong button there, didn't I? From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Yep. Good. Continue. Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there, I couldn't see clearly. But I figure there was 2 men out there, yep. But you couldn't see them clearly. Yep. At the time, that is. At the time. Yeah, actually, let's specifically ask him about the bit he was being really vague about at the end here. By your window. Yep, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Really? Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad! Dead certain, Keith! He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by, too. Witness! Are you sure the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him! That Edgeworth boy! Is he okay? This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. I feel like this is only evidence that places Edgeworth there. Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. It's better act quick or this trial is going to be over. Objection. Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun, and the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You're ignoring the truth of the matter here. If he was the sort of person who was going to wipe his prints after he fired it, why are his prints on there afterwards? Everything in this witness's testimony is true. Judge has lost in thought. What should I do? Objection. Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, "I can't believe he's dead." But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Yeah. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good, there's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please? Can you hear me, sis? Please? We need your help. Nick needs you. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough! The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No! This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, guilty. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Oh no. Oh, wait! Who was that just now? Me. Huh? What? Larry? What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park on the day of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday, but today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot! I heard it too! Order! What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So, you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot. That night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different to what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order! Order! Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. This is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. Only it wasn't Larry. He's crazy, but he's our crazy. Right? Larry. Larry, what are you doing, man? You could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to let him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. December 27th, 10:28 AM. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Phew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth, you're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night? Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right! And he found the balloon in the air tank that night? Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth? Huh? You say something, right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. It's clearly not nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance. Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses. Perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. Well, he's got 5 minutes to talk to him. Yeah, you're right, Nick. Edgeworth, you idiot. You don't just pick up random guns. That's like the worst idea. That's how you get yourself framed for murder. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15. Everything's on Larry now. December 27th, 10:35 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. The night of the murder. That night I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. One gunshot, huh? That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. And I think the one thing that we can point out is the difference between the number of shots. Which we had, yes, let's just disposition. 2 shots just after midnight. Larry is a box of chocolates, indeed. We have no idea what we're gonna get. Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard 1 bang? You're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please! Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? That's not how it works, Larry. Mr. Butts. What? You only heard 1 gunshot. Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Yeah? Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else. My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order! Order, and stop that booing! Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? That's a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, what is your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Yeah, of course he should. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this. Believe me. What Larry heard. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like. And I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume. Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drumbeat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. That means there wasn't any music playing at the time, right? Because the DJ was speaking. Excuse me, DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Right, I want to know what he said. What did he say? What did she say? Even. Mr. Wright! Please cease these pointless questions. No, there's a very good point to this one, Von Karma. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care? We should care, Your Honor, of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask, huh? Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. Yes. Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. There is one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. I did press it. Wait a second. I don't think the presenter was his girlfriend. His girlfriend's a model, remember? Not a radio DJ. Nope. I missed the button. Right. We have this one that was taken then. We have the second lake photo. It's clearly when that happened. Yeah, but I think we need Lotta's deposition about there being 2 gunshots just after midnight. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easily. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshots, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But that contradicts the 2 testimonies we've heard so far, Your Honor. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Yes, indeed, the Christmas Ace Attorney meme. Order! Order! What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright? Yes, Drag, it is indeed the third gunshot. Or rather, I guess the first gunshot. 25 minutes earlier. What do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard a gunshot before midnight? Oh, he's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Yeah, I've got that second lake photo. Or rather, I guess the first lake one. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Ms. Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It's why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Ah! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That's why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then, where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were two sets of gunshots, with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night then, clear. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. Well, the pistol did fire 3 times. Can't prove it was them, but... This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When then was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. that the third shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order! Order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots, separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Yeah! What's wrong, Nick? Have it! I have it! Yeah, the victim wasn't killed on the boat. The victim wasn't killed on the boat. The victim was killed somewhere else and dropped into the lake. I said it earlier. Remember the case with the steel samurai? Huh? Yes, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Hiya? Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm gonna run with it. Right. I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. The testimony just now has cleaned up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So, you finally realize the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. Huh? You don't have proof of that. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. Yeah, the other man, the one that wasn't Edgeworth. I admit it's hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 11:15. No, it's not 11 at all. 00:15. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are. Edgeworth and the murderer, 'cause Hammond was already floating upside down. Of course it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah! Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. Ooh, we're accusing the boat guy. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Yeah, it doesn't have to be in a boat on the lake. It was somewhere in those woods, probably. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder actually took place. I'm pretty sure I want these woods by the boat rental place. Take that! Around here, maybe? Maybe, Mr. Wright. And does this maybe include the reason why the killer would choose that spot? Yes, well, maybe because there is no good reason and the murderer thought we'd never expect it. I picked the wrong place. Maybe it isn't in the woods. Maybe you should try again. He wasn't even surprised I gave up. Alright. What about the boat shack itself? Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. I'm not sure we saw anything in that boat shack that suggested that someone got shot there, but... Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. Oh, because he heard it just as he was leaving. That night he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns to the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop. Yeah, the judge has mostly gotten his duty as a judge back. That's, yeah. Von Karma has stopped running this show. I'm running this show now! Or running my mouth, at least. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then, who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? Well, obviously the boat shop caretaker. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. If he was missing on purpose, it's to create a witness. You make a noise so that someone looks. Then you fire the gun again and jump off the side of the boat. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and then he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realise that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Bailiff! Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly! Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir! Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. He did a disappearing act. Again. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. More drink, more drink. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Yep, we've got an extra day to figure this out. December 27th, 1:22 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. But what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? You don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. Oh no, poor Edgy boy. Did you accidentally shoot your father in a lift while oxygen deprived? Because I think that's what you did. Save our progress. I felt like he needed head pats with that. And I get to do that because I have a cursor to play with. December 27th, 2:11 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never. Nick. Yo! How's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh, yeah! I do remember feeling faint. Right on! Tell me the truth, it was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude! Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me, yeah? Bow before your hero. Well, welcome back, Card. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did not miss the parrot cross-examination. I'm guessing that's day 3, Card. So that'll be next time. We're not going to get to that today. You did! If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know what he's can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney? Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. They saved me, Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know? What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear this story today and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? You remember, Larry. Spring, end of 3rd grade. Kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Ah, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $34 still inside. Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So, they thought you did it? Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. I didn't do it. Guilty, he did it. Guilty, it was you, the thief. Give the money back. You're such a meanie. No one play with him. Just admit you did it. You can't hide the truth. Tell us the truth. We're not going to play with you anymore. Yeah, no borrowing my eraser. He shouldn't be allowed in the relay race or on the library committee. Give me back your 50 cents I loaned you. Okay, it went away and I couldn't read the last one. Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't... Sorry, no, wait, this isn't Little Phoenix. Got it, that's fine. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed, amateurs. Miles? It wasn't you who stole my... It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No? Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everyone ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. It doesn't seem fair that the teacher has to replace the money. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. No idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. Yeah. So I took it kind of personally, see? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney just like my father. A famous defense attorney. Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Well, why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Well, that's one reason to... It's one way of choosing your career, isn't it? Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick! This is so... Is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Oh, Nick! 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 We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. It very well may be. First, there's that rental boat ship wow, words. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. Or what, huh? I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. What did we clear out? What do we no longer need? The second photo, I guess. And Lotta Hart's deposition. Definitely those. Oh yeah, her camera. Alright. I think before we go and work on this investigation, I think this is a good place to call it for the day so that we're not in the middle of an investigation thing when we do that, so we'll pick this up again next week. So yes, thank you very much for watching. It's been fun. If you're new here and you've enjoyed your time, please consider subscribing to the channel. You can also follow me on social media, which is linked in the description box. The streaming schedule for this channel goes up both on social media and here on YouTube in the community tab. This was the last scheduled stream of this week. So there'll be a new schedule up later tonight, or possibly tomorrow. The next stream will be tomorrow, Monday, 7 PM, and I really haven't decided what it is. I don't know whether to do a VCAT stream or something else. So if you've got some preferences, let me know. But I will be streaming tomorrow at 7. I hope you're feeling better soon, Thomas. Anyway, yes. So I hope to see you in the next stream or another time. Once again, thank you very much for coming. Yeah, my choice is basically between VCAT or Sakura or Horse Track. Basically, that's the choice. But yes. Anyway, thank you very much for coming, and this is Kalla signing out. See ya! Bye bye!